Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. And I am home from work. I've actually been out working outside there on trying to get the TV inside the cabinet and found out I made it just a little bit tight and it's too heavy for the bracket, so I've got to do some adjustment work, but it's going to work. But guys, I have been waiting all day. I wish I could have taken the day off because Dak Prescott was on Undisputed. You know, with Skip. And I'm curious to see what Dak had to say and to see if they tried to set him up. So I'm down here in the man cave, and I have not watched it. I have not heard about anything that's gone on with it. So I'm going to watch it for the first time with you guys. Okay, I got Michael actually helping out. He's running the board.
How about the quarterback, Dak Prescott? This guy is legit. Such a great leader. Mr. Prescott, the stage is yours. How about the kid, Dak Prescott?
Well, our next guest is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott. Welcome to Undisputed. Hey, Dak.
How you doing? Thank y'all for having me on.
We have the
best young quarterback in football joining us right here, right now. Right, Shannon?
Yeah, we got one of the best quarterbacks joining us.
Yeah, one of them.
Hey, so Dak is here on behalf of Ready, Raise, Rise in the fight against cancer. Can you tell us what you're doing with them?
Yeah, I'm with my second team today, Bristol-Myers Squibb, who I've partnered up for the second year in a row on this campaign of Ready, Raise, Rise, and it's to educate and bring awareness to the immuno-oncology research that we're doing, and which focuses on the uniqueness of each individual's cancer cells, as well as helping your immune system fight off cancer itself within the body. So it's something super special and near dear to my heart. Everyone knowing my story, what I went through with my mom. So here trying to help and bring awareness.
So Dak, obviously you did lose your mom to cancer. Give us some idea. What was she like, and how much of her is still in you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot. When my mom got sick, my mom, she just simply said, "Allow me to be your story. All greats have a story." And at that moment, I told her I didn't need a story to be great. But fast forward to where we are today, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. That just brings me forward to saying our challenge with the Ready Raise Rise campaign this year is to go to ReadyRaiseRise.com, post a photo of yourself with the Ready Raise Rise sign, and just show us your uniqueness, how powerful you are, dealing with cancer, knowing someone that's dealing with cancer, or just being healthy, so we can raise money. With 100 submissions, Bristol-Myers Squibb has promised to donate $250,000. So I'm sure we can get to 100 by the time we finish with this show. I hope so.
There you go.
So, Dak, let's change gears. Let's talk some football. You probably heard that my partner across the table, the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe, says that Carson Wentz is clearly better than Dak Prescott. I say it's obvious that Dak Prescott is better than Carson Wentz, and you say what to that?
I'm going to let y'all continue to be great on TV.
Good answer.
You have no opinion of that.
I have no opinion. I know how good I can be and how good I'm going to be.
All right, let's try this. I gave you some breaks for last year because you got some bad breaks you could not control. I gave you as a quarterback a B for the year. My partner across the table gave you an F for the year. What would you give yourself for last year's performance? What letter grade?
Yeah, I'd probably say C. I mean, it was average as could be. I mean, it's got to be better than that. It's got to be. I have higher expectations for myself. The Cowboys have higher expectations for myself and for our team and for our organization. So to finish the year off 9-7, I mean, a lot of teams, a lot of organizations count that as a win, but it's not in Dallas. So I mean, we've got a ways to go, but we've made some things work, and we're heading to this off season and getting ready for camp, feeling good about ourselves.
Stephen Jones says this Cowboys offense needs to be more Dak friendly. What does a Dak friendly offense mean to you?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what he means there, but it just has to be more balanced all the way around. We know we've got a great back in Ezekiel Elliott. We've got a lot of different guys that'll be playing at receiver with the departure of Dez and Jason. It's a lot of guys that that you don't necessarily know about. So, I mean, I think you can just expect the ball to be spread around everywhere. I mean, I think our best games are when I have 8 different guys with catches or something in that area, and then Zeke dominating on the run game, and us just open it up and not knowing what to expect from our offense.
So do you enjoy the called runs? Do you enjoy running the zone read occasionally, and would you like to do more of that in a Dak-friendly offense?
Well, the zone reads, I mean, you have to take what the defense gives you, and that's if the defensive end is biting down, then of course I'm fine with pulling the ball because I mean that's the right play, that's the right read there. So whether it's called more or not, I'm all up for whatever we have to do to win to get first down.
Do you enjoy running the football?
I do. I'd rather pass it and let those other guys go do the job, but I do enjoy running the ball.
Dak, I want to ask you this: Why weren't you and Dez able to have a better rapport? I know you threw the ball to him in practice. I knew you probably worked with him after practice. Why in games did it not correlate to better numbers between you and him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure. I can't necessarily wrap my finger around that, or would have been able to fix it for the most part. So, not real sure. I mean, as you said, we spent time. We worked in practice. We worked outside of practice. We put in the extra time, and I mean, but who knows? Who knows?
So which of those two will you miss the most between Dez and Witten?
Oh, that's hard. I mean, both of those guys are great players, and both of those guys did a lot for our organization, having a lot of success. Neither of those guys, I'll say this, can be replaced. You have guys that come in and have to do their job, and maybe they can be replaced by a committee, but going into this offseason after we lost those guys, we didn't say we needed to get this person or that person to replace Dez or replace Jason. So we've got some guys, we've got some young guys that will come in and fill the void.
And are you surprised Dez doesn't have a job yet?
I'm not surprised. I mean, it's just the simple fact of who knows what these contract talks are about. I mean, everybody knows he turned down the one deal. I haven't been in the contract negotiation situation yet, so I don't necessarily know the ins and outs and how that works, but I'm sure he's just waiting for the right fit, the right money, and everything to work out for him. But I know he'll be on the team.
Skip and I debated this. You said the Cowboys are going to surprise some people in 2018. I was taken aback by that because you are the Cowboys, the most recognizable sports franchise in all the world, and you don't get to surprise people. What did you mean by you're going to surprise some people? You're going to surprise some people with the win-loss record or how good Dak Prescott's going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. When you play for the Dallas Cowboys, it's not necessarily like you're surprising people, but what I meant is people have certain expectations for us. So going into this year, we know how good we can be. We know the players that we have on this team. So when I say surprise, I think what I mean is the expectations will change, hopefully, throughout the season.
But yeah, Dak, and again, I'm speaking as a very long-time Dallas Cowboy fan, a fan of yours. Just 1 year ago today, you guys were a Super Bowl contender. You were arguably the favorite to win the NFC East, if not the NFC.
Just like the Eagles.
And it's sort of come full circle to an okay draft and sort of not many moves in free agency. And I think we would all have to agree you're not quite the team you were a year ago. Is that fair to say?
On paper, I'm sure. On paper, you can say that. As you said, a year ago, we were coming off of a great season, a 13-3 record, and a great season, as you said. So, I mean, but going into the Super Bowl champions this year, a year ago, I don't know if you say they're in that position. So, on paper, yeah, we're a different team. But as I said, we know where we want to go, and we know what we got to do to get there. We like where we're at.
You know, because you guys were in the same draft, you play in the same division. The comparisons between you and Carson Wentz are never going to cease until both of you guys are out of the league. Do you watch him? Do you watch what he does? Are you comparing? You're like, man, he had a good game. I need to go out and have a good game.
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily comparing stats or comparing plays, but as you said, we're both in the same draft class. He was one of the, I guess you could say, partners or other quarterbacks that I liked into the draft, and I knew how talented he was. So when I watch Carson, I'm just watching his game. I've got a lot of respect for him for what he does. And as you said, I mean, I embrace those comparisons. I embrace the competition. We'll be long-time rivals, getting to play each other twice a year, hopefully for a long time in our career. So excited to see what the future holds for both of us. So describe you as a quarterback versus him as a quarterback. How different are your games in your view? I mean, he's a big physical player. I mean, I think as well as I am too. But I don't know if I necessarily broke his game down enough to say these are the differences, this is the pluses here, the minuses there, and then vice versa for myself. But as I said, he's a great player. He's a great player that I can watch, always learn something from, always trying to learn something from other players in general. So he's a great player and will continue to be if he continues the way he's playing.
Do you get upset by the constant comparisons between you and he?
No, not at all. I don't necessarily pay attention to the comparisons. I know I just got to be the best that I can be for my team and for the Dallas Cowboy organization, and that's all I really worry about.
So should the Philadelphia Eagles be the prohibitive favorite to win your division this year?
I mean, I don't necessarily pay attention to the favorites. As I said, I'll let you guys on TV who are great at, or think you're great at predicting and knowing what you know. So, as I said, I just know what the Dallas Cowboys have and where we need to be and where we're going, and I'm so excited about that and ready to get into training camp.
On paper, are they better than you at this moment?
On paper, who knows? I mean, you tell me on paper. They won the Super Bowl last year.
I think they won the Super Bowl with their backup quarterback, which is a shock. And who knows? Maybe their backup quarterback will be their starting.
See what I'm saying, Dak? See what I have to go through every day, Dak? See what I'm talking about? That's what we talked about on the plane ride back.
So Dak, what we talked about.
Give me something to hang on to as a fan. Give me some, off-radar player that you say so-and-so is going to rise and shine and surprise people. One of your receivers. Who do you look at just through your mini camps and say, hey, so-and-so could be something next year?
Yeah, I mean, I expect, and you all know his name, Cole Beasley. I expect him to be an all-around receiver, inside, outside, moving him around. He's a guy that's hard to cover, and he has a knack for the game, he has a knack for getting open. But we also have some young receivers that a couple of the guys that have come in, had great OTAs, great mini camps, spent a lot of time working with them in the off season. That I think they have a lot to them, and that if they come in with the right mindset and continue to get better, they can be good receivers in this league for a long time.
And by the way, what happened to Cole Beasley last year? His production dropped off like by half almost. What was he getting doubled more than usual?
Yeah, I mean when you have a year like he had the year before, defenses are good. Defenses get paid in this league too, so they come in and they double him, they bracket him, they put 2 or 3 guys on him inside. He just got more coverage, got more notice the year before, and defenses took note of that.
Dak, when you set goals for yourself in 2018, how much are those stat-based compared to wins-based?
No, they're all win-based. I know if we're winning, the stats are going to be there, and I know they're going to come. So, and if we're not, then obviously the stats aren't going to be there. So, everything about me is all about winning. Just trying to get wins, to get ourselves a chance to get into that postseason. And then once you're into that, it's one win at a time. So, just worried about winning that game 1 in Carolina.
So, what do you think? 12 wins next year?
I think a lot of wins.
A lot of wins. You got to give us something, Dak. 11?
You call it, Skip. I like your predictions, Skip. I like your predictions.
I got 10. Will you buy into 10?
I'll buy in.
Yeah, that'll work for me. Yeah.
I'll buy in. Yes.
Philly's going to go 9-6.
What do you got, Shannon?
Well, Skip and I got a couple of cases of dudes that you guys are not going to make the playoffs.
Yep.
So I don't really want to go on record to say what I think the win total will be, but I don't think the win total will be enough to get you guys into the playoffs. But I think y'all hope you have a great season, but I just want to win my bet, though.
Nah, sorry about that bet.
Oh, you said I'm going to lose my bet.
You're
I just said sorry about that bet.
Yeah, I think that was a prediction.
So Dak, now he's in the prediction business.
I'm not in the prediction business. I'm leaving that to y'all.
He's in the back it up business, and he's going to back up what he just said.
Well, I need him to back up. I know he has an F-150 or some type. I need you to back that truck up and bring me 20 cases of Sprite when I win my bet, Dak.
Yeah.
All right, Dak, hold on there for
Okay.
1 minute. We're going to take a quick timeout, but more Dak Prescott coming up. We will be right back.
Okay. All right, so
They say I'm a nice guy,
we're gonna.
but what they don't know is that I have a darker side, a badder side, a side you don't want to be on.
Okay, so
Wrong side.
we'll get Michael to.
wasn't working right.
Okay, well, see if you can fast forward that for me, and then we'll get to the other part of it. So, early thoughts on this while we get to the rest of the interview is they definitely tried to bait my man. Definitely wanted to try and catch him in something, with the whole, what's your prediction? Hey, look, I'm going to let y'all decide that and stuff. I ain't putting it out there. Glad to see that, well-versed. But most importantly, all you guys have been talking about Carson Wentz and how great and how such a solid citizen he is and all the community work and stuff. My man has been working on cancer, lost his mother, something that touches each and every one of us. So definitely go through, check him out, help him out, support his cancer cause and things. So get out of here with that garbage. I heard some people were saying that they lost respect for him because they blamed, here we go.
And for you and Zeke to be.
All right, here's the rest of the.
Live from Houston, it all starts Friday at 7:30 Eastern on FS1 or stream it live on the Fox.
I got him on here for a long time.
Welcome back. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is back with us.
Dak, you have talked very openly about how it's time for you and Zeke to become the leaders of this team without Dez, without Witten. And yet, recently you and Zeke took a little trip to Key West and you purchased some squirt guns in the shape of male body parts and you took them to the nightclub with you, and obviously those images made their way onto the internet. Not the greatest of looks for leaders of the Dallas Cowboys. Do you have any regrets about that?
I mean, it was a boys' trip. We're there with a couple of teammates hanging out. I guess the regrets are just being out there and knowing that we're in public. Where pictures or something could be exposed.
How are you going to lead? Are you a vocal leader or are you a do as I do, just watch what I do? How are you going to lead this team?
A little bit of both. And I feel like I've been a leader in that way already. As kind of do as I do, but then as I do that, it allows me to be vocal. It allows me to speak up. As a leader, you can't try to tell or get somebody to do something if you're not doing it, if you're not doing it the right way or hard enough. So my motto is lead by example, and then it allows me to be able to be vocal off of that.
To get back to Skip, to get back what you said this was a boys' trip, and you have to realize, but you do understand that being a leader, being a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys comes with huge responsibilities and things that a normal 23, 24-year-old could do, and nobody would bat an eye. You being a professional athlete, you being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, get viewed a different type of way.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. I get that completely. That's why I said that if there was the regrets, that's where they were.
Yeah. Look, the point is, Dak, as Shannon will attest, I believe in you. I believe you're Brady-esque. I believe you can lead a team that is very difficult to lead, because I can make a case that playing quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys might be the toughest position to play in sports because of the scrutiny and the spotlight. But I believe you and Zeke have the capability of growing into those leadership roles, because I've seen some growth in Zeke, and can you comment on what you've seen in his maturity level over the last year or so?
Yeah, Zeke is definitely, as you said, there's been a lot of growth in Zeke on the field and off the field. What he's doing on the field, the way he's getting better and leading by example. Says a little bit on the field, but he allows his actions and his play speak a ton, and they definitely do that. He works hard. He's one of the hardest working football players we have, and it shows out there at practice, and then off the field as well. So, I mean, I'm not going to let a weekend in Key West deteriorate the way he's grown as a leader, the way he's grown as a man. So we'll put it behind us and we'll learn.
How did the Zeke situation impact you, this team? How much did that affect how you guys played last year?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it affected us mentally, but as you saw as we got out there and we played, you try to say it and be cliche, saying that it doesn't matter, we can move on, we'll be okay, but things just weren't clicking the same way. And when you lose a great player like that, it shows, and it showed last year.
Now that you look back on it with some hindsight, how unfair do you think the 6-game suspension was?
I mean, I think it was unfair, but that's not me to make a statement or to pull. I'm just glad it's all over with. I know he's happy it's over with. The Cowboys organization is as well.
The one thing Dak Prescott wants to get better at in 2018 is
everything. Shannon, I'm a young player, so it's hard for me to just say one thing, but I know for a fact I've just got to be more consistent in everything that I do on the field, whether it's accuracy, whether it's checking the ball down, whether it's taking the deep shot and getting the completions on. It's just got to be more consistent.
And How hard do you find it to be the Dallas Cowboy quarterback? Has it been any different than you expected it would be? Because you sort of got thrown into the fire, obviously, with Tony going down.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only way that I know. I wouldn't want to play for any other team, any organization. Growing up a Dallas Cowboys fan, so being able to wear the star on my helmet, represent the Dallas Cowboys, it's everything. It gives me an amazing opportunity, not only to go play the game I love and do it in front of the best fans in America, but it gives me the platform as I have today to tell my mom's story, to share, to be able to encourage, inspire, and hopefully change some lives as I'm doing with Bristol Myers Squibb and the Ready Raise Rise campaign today.
What's it like to play for Jerry Jones?
It's fun. I mean, I don't think there's one person that works for the Cowboys organization that dislikes Jerry. He's a very personable guy. He's funny, and he's a great boss.
Jerry puts a lot of pressure on you guys.
That's fine. Pressure's what you put on yourself, so it's all right.
He actually takes a lot of pressure off them, right? Some of the things he says.
In a way.
Well, I'm good, bro. I wish you the best of luck. You know, hey, I want you to have a great season, but I do really want to win my bet with Skip. I'm just being all honest, being all the way 100 with you, Dak. I want you to
understand the honesty.
throw for 5,000 yards, get 40 plus touchdowns. But if I win my bet, drinks on me.
Trust me, if I do that, we're gonna win a lot of games.
Dak, we got this. You know it, and I know it.
All right, we'll have to circle back around to that one, Dak. Shannon is putting the...
Okay, so instant reaction to all this. Like I said, this is the first time me seeing this. Say what? Oh, perfect picture in there. Well, you know, we knew the penis pistols were going to come up. We knew that they were going to try and set them up. Now, that was just boys being boys, okay? Optics are not great, but we've all done stuff. You know, there's a reason why Spencer's Gifts was a thing. Because you can go in and buy all kinds of boob cups. You know, you can buy all kinds of shaped cakes and things like that. And it's a good thing that there wasn't the internet when you played, Shannon Sharpe. Because I guarantee you there were a lot of things that went on when you played football but aren't covered because it was a long time ago. We didn't have, you know, cell phone cameras to catch everything and all that, where we could instantly upload it to, oh, Facebook wasn't even around back then, was it? Or TMZ. I mean, there was a restraining order against you back in the day there, but we're going to leave that right there. You can look up that situation on there. We've all done things that we regret. But what I do like is, I like his attitude. You know, we'll see. We're going to work hard. We're going to get it together. We're going to play and see what happens. He's not braggadocious, you know, a me, T.O. type guy and all that. He lets his talking on the field talk for him. Now, the team had problems last year. Dak regressed. I'm going to be first to say that. You guys always say that you are just, you know, in the tank for Dak Prescott. He can't do wrong. No, Dak does wrong. The penis pistols, they got to understand. Anything you do is going to be covered. But we all make mistakes. I had a Texans cup in my truck the other day, okay? We all make mistakes. It looks terrible. But I needed my coffee. And right now, I need some coffee at this moment. But I like the way he handled himself in there. He didn't get set up. He did not give any billboard material. They tried to compare him to Wentz and things like that. And he's like, hey, you know, he's a great guy. We got drafted at the same time. And for me, when people keep saying Carson Wentz is so much better than Dak Prescott, Dak Prescott sucks, this, that, and the other. Well, statistically, they're not far apart. Now, Dak had a much better season than him his rookie year. Carson Wentz had a better season his sophomore year. But when you think that Carson Wentz, that the Eagles gave up how many picks to move up to take him, you're comparing a guy who was an afterthought. You're talking about the Cowboys wanted to trade up for Paxton Lynch. He was in the 4th round. The fact that you're even comparing the two of them speaks volumes in itself. Yeah, it was a rough season for the Cowboys. Not as rough as 2015. But I believe they're going to rebound, and I believe he has the right attitude, and I believe that the way the offense is going, because they tried to say you've lost Jason Witten, you've lost Dez Bryant, that how are you going to make it? He pointed out, listen, our offense works best if I get the ball to 8 different guys in a game. And I agree with that because in 2016, that's what they were doing. Cole Beasley was hell in the slot. The team gets a good game plan, they execute, they're going to be okay. So that's my thoughts on this interview. I think Dak handled it pretty well. Shannon Sharpe showed his true colors, that he's a you know what. And Skip is what Skip is. So that's what we have there. So as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. I'll have more for you guys later on. I've got actually a little response for you guys to something else that's just kind of bugged the crap out of me, and I haven't had coffee, so I'm a little on edge. I will see you guys soon.